We majorly identify there are public sector and private sector. When the number of industry we are identifying the private sectors only. If the number of industry are increasing, of course they are offering a opportunity for the youngsters, those who are technical, non-technical, the industrial basis requirement. Whenever they are starting an industry, they will find out what and all the basic requirement, amenities available, even the road facility, infrastructure also built, the electricity, everything is required for industry. So the main motto. Hello everyone, a warm welcome to one and all. I am Natesh, lecturer in commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. We are in the Unit 2, Section 3, second semester Business Environmental B.B.A. So second chapter, Government and Legal Environmental. In the last session, which is related to fiscal policy and monetary policy. And today my agenda, industrial policy. Because when the government is supporting for the industry to increase the number of industry, so the policy towards the industry and the impact on the new industrial policy which is introduced in the year of 1991. So we call it as a NIP. And objective of a new industrial policy and the advantages of new industrial policy, limitation of new industrial policy, and moving forward one by one. So the first one, industrial policy. What exactly the meaning? When the industrial operation, when the industry, you have to maintain something uniform. So that's what the basic guidelines and rules and regulation, which is obviously the industry want to follow. So the industrial policy refers to rules, regulation, principles, policy and procedure laid down by the government. Because any policy, there is an objective. So the government are completely monitoring and they made something which is related to guideline for the industry, how they want to operate. Okay, so under the guidelines of the government, under the policy, according to policy principles, what and all they want to industry, they want to follow, and regulating and developing and controlling the industrial undertaken in the country. Because each and every country, they are following the government, what they made a policy towards the industrial operation. So of course the industry, when the policy which is favored to the industry, of course the number of industry will increase. So that's what government is regulating and developing, okay, as well as controlling the industry. And moving forward, impact on the new industrial policy 1991, how the business is getting impacted. So meeting the high income demand. Meeting the high income demand means actually when the number of industry are located or started, of course the income level also increasing. The majority of because the human beings always expecting the basic needs which is food, shelter. So apart from the manufacturing goods or capital goods which if we don't have an industry, we are getting imported from other country. So when the number of industry are increasing in our country, so the income level also increasing. Behind a certain limit, the demand of people are usual for industrial product alone. Because there are too many electronic product as well as gadgets and even the fancy related item, the industry producing a component, spare parts, what and all is required for the day to day. After having a meet the need of, because the basic need, the human beings always giving a priority, first priority for the basic need like food, okay. So income of the, for example, the disposal income is there for the individual consumer. They want to purchase manufacturing goods, which is electronic goods or some other gadgets, okay. Spent mostly on the manufacturing goods, okay. So the manufacturing goods, because we know the agriculture product will which is based on the farmer, the basic food related and the spices and all. But manufacturing goods, which is something like electronic equipment, capital goods. Second one, changing the structure of the economic. Because any country, because in India we are in the developing stage. It's a well developed country, we can identify there are number of industries located. So that's what the economic level, the contribution of per capita income or GDP, the industrial taking a vital role. So here, in order to develop the economic underdeveloped country, need to structure change. through the industrialization, because we know we have majorly identified there are public sector and private sector. When the number of industry we are identifying the private sectors only, because you have as a government want to give a favorable policy towards the industry so that the new entrepreneurs can they start their own industry. This is only possible through the deliberate industrialization. It is possible because the government is supporting. If anybody is interested to start industry, the land the government is providing an industrial area and the industrial land, okay, and even the financial support, even the technical support, so that number of industry can be increasing. And third one is rising income. Of course, number of industry are increasing, your level of income is increasing. So because everything is completely the income based, number of employees, the employment opportunity are providing, because the industry are a major source of corporate tax will be collected by the government. Okay, so the rising income, the first important role in the industrial development, provide the secure basis for rapid growth of income, because when the limited industry is located, the income generation cannot be possible. So if the number of industry are increasing, of course the income level also increasing. The empirical evidence suggests to close corresponding between the high level of income and industrial development. So here we are trying to go for increasing. We are finding evidence. Because the number of activity, when the number of product are manufactured, industry can be classified into three types. Okay, small scale, medium scale, and large scale. And fourth one, overcoming deteriorations in the terms of trade, because there is something like a disturbance. We don't have an industry we are getting from other country. So underdeveloped country like India need industrialization to free themselves for the adverse effect of fluctuation in the price of primary product and deterioration their terms of trade. Because when we are finding a shortage, then we are importing from other country where it is available, so that whenever the number of industry are located in our country, so we are trying to avoid the import from other country. Such country mainly export primary product and import manufacturing product, because the abundant source what and all the manufacturing product is required, which is available within our country, we are just avoiding the import from other country. And of course, here employment generation, the number of industry are located, automatically the employment also increasing. So the underdeveloped country like India are characterized by surplus labor and rapid growth of population, because in the world we are standing second, first China, the population wise. So here the number of populations are increasing day by day. So everyone is not getting the job. So unemployment. If the number of industry are increasing, of course they are offering a opportunity for the youngsters, those who are technical, non-technical, the industrial basis requirement. So it is establishing industry alone that can generate employment opportunity on the accelerator rate. Because too many opportunity, there are too many types of industry we can identify. So the opportunity are getting equally are getting opportunity for everyone. Okay, those who are qualified, and bringing technology progress, because see the majority, the well-developed country, we are getting imported advanced technology from Japan or German. Okay, so here technology, we will get a clear idea, we can upgrade the technology. So R&D department, it is associated with the process of industrialization. See, if you take example for food industry, not only for manufacturing, not only for grinding process, not only for segregation, so even they want to depend on the packaging technology. So everywhere the computerizing technology is playing very important role. So R&D is finding a best solution. The development of industry produce capital goods, that machine, equipment, components, spare parts. So here R&D department, they are finding again the research, they are trying to do what kind of machinery is required, equipment, spare parts, components. Okay, so obviously the rising technology. And next one, strengthening economy. If the number of industry are increasing, of course your economic compared to you can you're able to compete with the global. So that's what the strengthening of economic because of industry. If you can understand, like any country or developer, the based on the industry and the based on the agriculture. So here the industrialization of country can provide necessary element of strengthening of the economic, because we can boost what and all the factors we studied in the previous slide. There are too many factors like rising income, employment opportunity. Of course, your economic can be balanced. So the complete economic which is related to demand and supply and inflation, deflation, okay, everything we are able to identify in the economic. Okay, so here next, the objective of the new industrial policy. The main objective, there are too many objectives, but only I have listed here. Increase employment opportunity in the private sector, because private sectors compared to government public sector, the private sector industry is more, so obviously which is increasing the employment opportunity. And improve balance in the payment of promoting export, because when we have an abundant source, we are trying to go for exporting for other country, to link Indian economic with the global economy, because the contribution of total GDP per capital, okay, so of course the industry contribution is more, so that we can compete with the global market, global economy. Increase competition of the industry, because too many industry, when it is located or establishing within our country, the competition automatically increasing. So ensure profitability in the public sector, because here the government sector also has a few industry, namely you can say BEML, okay, so and even the encourage entrepreneur. So here the government is specific policy are supporting for the those who are interested to startup India. If you take an example, the entrepreneur, okay, new entrepreneur, it is encouraging. Invite foreign capital for the industrialization and boost export, because when we start producing the product, we don't want to go for importing. So when we have an abundant source, we are trying to produce whatever it is required. If it is excess, we are trying to go for exporting. And rapid industrialization of the country, rapid industrialization, because we are slowly, very fastly we are trying to go for industrializing. The number of industry are increasing day by day. And rapid development of infrastructure, road, electricity, because industry means actually whenever they're starting an industry, they will find out what and all the basic requirement, amenities available, even the road facility, infrastructure also build, the electricity, everything is required for industry. So the main motto. And the advantages of the new industrial policy, of course, which is related to increasing the foreign trade, because we start producing maximum, so that's what we are trying to go for foreign trade, international trade. And upgrading the technology of the production, because there are too many industry, each and every industry, the unique technology they adapted, so increasing in the technology, okay, so we are trying to upgrade our technology. And increasing in per capita income, of course the contributions for per capita income, the industry major role. And the next, increasing factor of the production, because the production we start producing, okay, because of number of industry are located, whatever the manufactured goods is required for our populations or our society, what and all exactly they are expecting, so we start producing. And the free flow of capital, so we are not keeping for a disposal, so we are trying to utilize the flow of capital will be always easy. And the financial stability, we are standing like a stability, the financial stability, we are trying to contribute for economy, we are trying to increase our price level. And next, limitation of the new industrial policy. So of course the number of industry are increasing, which is increasing the crime, okay. And second one, unsuitable and inferior foreign technology, because we are not at all updated, because well developed country, the complete technology, when we are trying to compare with the Japan and German, the technology what they are using, so we need to adapt. So that is also one kind of drawback here. And the increasing in the corruption, because the too many industry, the policy, the politics which is related to industry, corporate, okay, and dilution of the public sector. Of course we are trying to go for abiding, because the number of private sectors are increasing. And unemployment opportunity, because the unemployment opportunity we try to suggest for the number of industry, we are not able to find out the skilled labor, what and all which is required, okay. And domination of the multinational firm, because we are permitting for other country to operate in our country, so because which is a global market. So industrial sickness, obviously we can find out the sickness in the industry. And even the social problem, there are too many problems which is relations, so noise pollution or air pollution. Okay, there are different pollution. So because we are at the end of the manufacturing, we are diverting. Okay, there are a lot of disturbance. We are able to identify the social problem, what and all which is related to industry. Keep on watch for next section. Thank you.